Killer bees versus snake. It is not uncommon for wild honeybees to establish a nest in an area that is not sufficiently protected from predators, such as Florida black bears, which prey on beehives in search of both honey and protein-rich egg yolks laid inside. However, the bees appear to have made a wise choice. They have established their nest near an incubating Burmese python, which is aggressive enough to attack any animal that approaches her lair. When the bees moved in, the python had been incubating her eggs for nearly 2 months. Since her eggs are due to hatch any day now, she could leave her nest. However, she continues to guard her eggs even though she is clearly irritated by the bees. If the python remains calm, the honeybees are fine with it. If the reptile suddenly moves toward a potential predator, it will be seen as an act of aggression. If provoked, the feral bees will attack and kill the python. These killer bees are attacking a snake which has trespassed into their territory. Some ants jump into the mix as well, so this snake has a lot on his plate. Lion versus honeybee. In our thumbnail, this lion has patches of bees swarming it. Of course, this is Photoshop, but imagine if bees attacked a lion this way. I get a feeling the big feline wouldn't be up for the challenge. These lions are trying to take a break, but some nasty bees disturb their sleep. The lions can't do anything about it except move away from there. They are probably close to a beehive and the bees feel threatened, so they let the lions know, because the big cats seem to be clueless.
Before getting to work, Goodwin was assured that the lane was clear, and there were no dangerous animals who could potentially harm. The man entered his tractor and got down to business under the hot Texas sun. He was almost finished when he spotted a pile of wood, which included what looked like an old chicken coop. Puckett had told him about the old chicken coop. It was to be cleared off the property too. Larry Goodwin drove his tractor closer. He then lifted up the entire coop. But as he did so, something totally unexpected happened. It was a terrifying sight, one most of us have only seen in movies or perhaps cartoons. Unbeknownst to Larry Goodwin, there was a huge hive living inside the coop. Lifting the coop was essentially lifting and disturbing the tens of thousands of bees. The angry insects came out swarming out of there, ready to attack. Larry Goodwin was trapped on his tractor, and he was even more unlucky than he might have thought. Those were not usual bees. Instead, Goodwin was attacked by Africanized honeybees, more commonly known as killer bees. While Africanized honeybees look identical to the more docile European counterparts and require DNA testing to be differentiated, the two species couldn't be more different when it comes to their behavior. According to experts, in a hive of your usual European honeybees, only about 10% will attack if they feel the hive is threatened. But when it comes to Africanized honeybees, they're all in. The entire hive will attack and won't stop until the threat is gone. They are relentless and dangerous. Goodwin could see no way out. In an instant, thousands of furious bees swarmed them. He could feel them all over his body, stinging him over and over again. The pain was unimaginable. The 62-year-old somehow managed to get out of his tractor. He tried his best to get the bees off his body. Goodwin ran about 50 yards towards his neighbor's house. He almost managed to grab a gardening hose. He most likely wanted to try and wash the bees off his body. But it was no use. His body hit the ground before he could turn on the water. His body was disfigured, covered in thousands and thousands of stings. The bees didn't leave, even with Goodwin no longer a threat.